Welcome. This is going to be a tutorial on how to sign up for Toucan Collect if you wish to use JustGiving. Now, I followed a sign up link and I've arrived at a sign up page here. And in order to get started, we'll need to create an account. So we'll just need your first name, last name, email address, a mobile number, and a password. So we're going to fill those in, come right back. I've filled in my details and now I'm going to submit. Right, once you've done that, it'll tell you it's going to send you a message to confirm your email address. So we're going to check our inbox and see if we've received one. Right, I'm just checking my inbox now and I can see I've got a verify email address button from the email I've received. So if we click that, that should take us back to our sign up page and it will have completed our application and have told us that we've received a verification message. So we're going to continue our application now, and the first thing we need to do is search for our charity within JustGiving system. So today I'm going to do the Royal National Lifeboat Institution, and I can confirm my details here are correct, and that I have the authority to enter this agreement on behalf of the charity, and I accept the terms and conditions. So then we'll press next. And then we'll have our personal details we had from earlier, and we'll have details on the charity. But then we'll also have to fill in any missing information, such as a trading name if different, date of incorporation, and your registered address for the business. So we're going to go ahead and fill those in now and come right back. Right, we filled in all of our missing information. And as you can see here, the data that's come from JustGiving has got a very long registered charity number. So you can see he's got the England and Wales one, the Scottish one, Republic of Ireland, Isle of Man, Jersey, etc. So for this application, I'm going to be the English version of the charity. So I'm going to just edit my charity number as given by JustGiving. This makes it a little neater when it appears in the app later on. We've double checked our information and then we're going to press next. And then one of the final steps here is to fill in our bank account details. So this will be for billing, to pay for the service, etc. So again, we'll fill that in and come right back. So we filled in our details here. We've got our account number, name, and the sort code. And now we'll save changes. Right, finally, we just want to read through our details, that the fees we've got are correct, and that our name, numbers, organization details, registered number we did changed earlier, our registered address, and our bank details are correct. And everything's good, we'll submit the application. We'll also have some marketing preferences, so you may want to receive details about new products and services. If you wish to, just click the boxes and then press submit. There you go, your application is now completed. The next step you'll have to do is just wait for our customer service team to approve your application, and you'll get an email notification about this, which we'll see in a couple of moments. And as we can see now, I've received an email saying that our Toucan Collect account is now set up and ready to use. So let's just press log into portal to get started. And you can see on the side here, it's now brought up our portal. So you can see we're logged in as us. We have no sales and refunds at the moment, but that's to be expected. We've not taken any transactions yet. But our homepage will show us a breakdown of all transactions and sales we've done, and it can be filtered by date and currency. But for the purposes of this demonstration, we're going to look at the Toucan section. We have user guides, terms and conditions, but the main thing we want to do is the Toucan Collect section. And you'll be brought to this section. Now, this is the campaign screen, which the Toucan Collect button takes you to. And the first thing you'll see is we have a little walkthrough here. And this will talk you through how to set up and create Toucan Collect campaigns. By default, we've created one for you called Main Campaign, which you can view and edit here. But on the left-hand side here, we have a tutorial section we've created. If you don't want to see this, press don't show this again, but it's a great idea to go through it at least once, because if you follow the steps, it will tell you the name of your campaign, what your activation code is, which is a code you can use in the app as an alternative to scanning the QR code, and even shows you the transactions you got on here. So for now, we're not going to view this anymore, and we'll leave that. And we're going to go in and edit our first campaign. And similar to the previous page, when we edit our campaign, it'll give us a walkthrough, again, to sort of explain the talking points of how this works. So, for instance, we have our details of our campaign, so what it's called, a description of it, when you want the campaign to start and end, and if the campaign is active for users. So for now, again, we'll get rid of the tutorial, but I do encourage you to use this the first time you go through this to explain all of the steps and what is involved in making a campaign. For our first campaign for the RNLI, we've called it Main Campaign. And you can see here on the right-hand side, you've got RNLI, registered number we set and modified earlier. And we may want to change this to something else. This could just be March campaign, for instance. And we can change the text as well, just to give it a bit of customization for today. And that's just to illustrate the point. And again, we can choose when the campaign ends. So we're going to say end of March, and it starts at the beginning of March. But you can do whatever you like on here. And once you've changed that, any changes reflect on the right-hand side here. And the next most important thing is going to be your goals and amounts. So if we click goals and amounts here, we've set some defaults of 2, 5, 10, and 15, but you may find that they are not suitable for your needs. So you can just delete them, and you could do 5, 10, 15, and 20. And you can simply press the spacebar or enter, and then that will update the right-hand side here. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20. There's also a choose amount button here. This can be removed just by toggling this little switch here. Although it's a great idea to keep it because it allows people to choose maybe even a higher amount or a more specific amount if you're offering something else as a service, like a reef or a pin badge or something along those lines. We can set a goal for the campaign that we want everyone to reach. So in this case, I'll set that to be £1,000. And finally, we have a branding section. So currently we have a placeholder of your logo here, and we've set the JustGiving purple colors, but this could be anything you like. So we're going to remove this logo for now, and it probably makes more sense to use an RNLI logo. So I'm going to drag and drop a logo in here, and you'll see that the RNLI logo appears at the top. And I may want to have some bit of color in the background. So I can drag and drop a background image in here, a lifeboat, and you'll see in the background, you'll get a sort of transparent version of the background image there. And then you'll also see, obviously, we still have the JustGiving colors, but we may want it to reflect more of the RNLI coloring. So if we click primary color up here, we have a color picker where you can choose any color you can think of. You can even type in an RGB or a hexadecimal color, but we also have a little color picker. So if I select that, then choose any element on screen, including this blue of the RNLI logo. As you can see there, that immediately updates it, and now I have RNLI blue. And I can have a secondary color, which appears in other aspects of the app, including the tint used on the background image here. So I could again choose the color picker. If I choose the red from the RNLI logo there, and you can see I now have a slight red tint to the background. And I think I'm quite happy with the way this looks now. So if I press Save Changes, you'll now see that my app and campaign all looks like this. And I have the amount raised so far, which is none. We've not used it yet. A goal of £1,000, our colors, start and end date, our activation code, and a QR code. Now, the QR code here is going to be scanned by users later, and this will allow them to join this campaign and fundraise on behalf of the March campaign we've just created. And that's how you create a campaign for Toucan Collect.
So our first campaign's created, and this is the QR code we have from the end of it. But how does a fundraiser start fundraising against this campaign? Well, in order to do that, we'll need the Toucan Collect app on your phone. So if we open the app here, you'll see you're presented with an option to either log in or sign up. And as we're a new user, a new fundraiser, we'll click the sign up button here. And it's a very simple process of just entering name, email, mobile, and password, which we're going to fill in now. We filled in our personal details, and now we press sign up. We have to confirm our email address is correct, and once we've done that, we'll be sent an email to verify our account. So we'll go check our emails and come right back. We've checked our email, and we can see we've got a verify email address option. So if we click that, that should confirm that our account has been verified. And then if we click email verified in our app, we can verify our email and sign in again. So now that we've registered, it's just a simple option of remembering our email and password. And from that point, we can access the app at any time. So we've entered our details, and now we can log in. Once we log in, we'll be sent a text message, which will give us a 6-digit code to verify our email, our details. So you can see I've got a 6-digit code that's been texted to me here. So if I paste that in there, It will verify my account, and we've logged in for the first time. But it will also prompt you, if your device supports it, for a biometric login for faster access to your app. So today I'm going to set up my fingerprint. It could be Face ID if you're on iOS. So all I have to do is just tap my finger on a screen when the phone asks me to. And now I've linked my biometric data to my login, so I don't have to enter my user and password every time. Now, if you press continue, you'll be prompted with a tutorial to show you how the app works, but we're going to be going through it thoroughly today, so we can just skip next through all of these. But if you ever want to consult this, it's available later in the app. And also, in order to use Toucan Collect, you'll need to give the device your location access. This is a requirement for the card payment aspect to function, so we'll have to use while we're in the app and allow location position. And here we are in the Toucan app for the first time. Now from this point, you can't do any fundraising. If you click campaign at the bottom, you've not joined one. So this is what we're going to do with the QR code on the left-hand side of the screen. So we simply press the join campaign QR code here. We'll give permission to use our camera. And as you can see here, I can point to my camera, but if I pointed it there, QR code there, it'll ask if I want to join the campaign RNLI, which is the one we created earlier. So we press join campaign. And as you can see now, we have an active campaign and a donation button at the bottom here. And if we want to go straight away and donate, we can absolutely do that by pressing this button here or pressing the campaign there. And as we set up before, we've got the slight red hue that covers the background image we did and the RNLI logo. And you can see we've got our registered number, the name of our campaign, the name of the charity. And as before, the colors all match what we had on screen. So at this point, you can just do a £2 donation or any other amount if you want by pressing any amount on screen here. From there, the device will prompt you to do a donation. So it was a very quick process to join a campaign and then do a donation. But what else can be done on the app? Well, first of all, we can go to the impact, and the impact will show you the current campaign you have selected, how much you've raised, and what goal you want as a fundraiser. So on here, I can change the edit, and I could set my goal to, for instance, I'm trying to raise £150 for this campaign. So you can say I've got 0% of my goal of £150, and it will tell you when you update it. And if we go to settings, you also have a wealth of options here, from managing your account, editing your profile, choosing to close your account or log out. You can manage your password, enable biometrics or disable them. We have contact Toucan. So this will redirect you to our website with our contact details should you need to get in touch with us. Same with our FAQs. This also redirects to the Toucan website, where you can have a wealth of questions that people have asked before, and we'll update this over time. And the tutorial, as I mentioned earlier, if you wanted to go back and review the tutorial that the app shows at the beginning, you have options here. But we're going to skip that again. And if you want to review our terms and conditions and privacy policy, you can do so here. Again, this redirects to the Toucan website. And finally, there's the change log. And this shows you any of the updates that have gone on in the app over the most recent period in time. Now, back to donations. If you have more than one campaign as a fundraiser, you can just scan a QR code here again, and it will bring up your camera and you can scan a new code. And if you do so, you'll then have more than one active campaign. The switch button here will take you to your list of active campaigns. And if you have more than one, it's a simple option of just clicking them here to switch to them. And if we go back to our main campaign screen, we can do a donation for real, and then we can talk through gift aid. So if I choose an amount, and I'm going to donate £1 for this demo, it'll come up with the reader, and all I have to do as a donor is tap my card behind this device. I'll be prompted to remove the card when complete. And as you can see, a donation is completed. And you'll be presented with a QR code here. Now this QR code will take you to your digital receipt for the transaction. And if gift aid is applicable, you can then follow the prompts on screen, fill in your personal details as a donor, and then the charity can benefit from 25p in every pound for gift aid. And that's Toucan Collect.